Last year, me and my husband bought our first home built in the 1920s. This is the journey of how we transformed this house into our cottage-inspired home. Because we got an FHA loan, it was required that we had an inspection report done, and the garage was not up to code. We needed to scrape it and repaint it. So we got a team together and we scraped it ourselves and repainted it into the color Snowbound by Sherwin-Williams. Here is a tour of what the main spaces looked like before we started renovating. The walls were an off-white color, but up close they were pretty dirty, and the kitchen had a tannish color, tannish brown, that I was not loving. So we decided before we moved in, we wanted to paint the entire inside of the house, all of the rooms, just a fresh coat of white, and I would paint them different colors as we lived there. And I wanted to tear down this cabinetry in the kitchen to create more of an open concept look between the dining room and kitchen space. Now that the whole house had a fresh coat of paint, it was time for us to move in. I forgot to film us putting in all new lighting fixtures in every single room, but you can kind of tell at the end of these last videos the black lighting fixtures that we used in almost every room. We were truly blessed with family and friends that came and helped us move in all of our stuff. This house is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. It has an attic that does not count as a bedroom. We have a basement as well, and we have a cute little backyard that is perfect for our dogs. One of the very first projects we did once we had moved in was the attic, because Isaiah wanted to use this as his office space. So we painted it and made it just look a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. All right, y'all, it's 8 a.m. Back at it. Round 2. I really wanted to add some warmth to our kitchen and some color. The whole house was white at this point, white walls, white cabinetry, white countertops, so I felt like we needed to add some color to our cabinets. So I decided to paint them green, which I really fell in love with. It made it feel so cozy, and really, I think it brought more of that cottage vibe that I really wanted to the house. We updated all of the lighting fixtures and we added gold hardware to our cabinetry. There's still a lot left to do in this kitchen, but I felt like this was a great starting point that I could do with my husband in a smaller scale to make the house feel a little bit more cozy. And I feel like we accomplished that when you see the final product at the end. future plans for the kitchen would be to change the countertops to a quartz countertops, exchange our refrigerator, and I would love to add an accent wall. I'm thinking stone. I think that would be so pretty, and I'd love to start that project. Now for the biggest transformation of them all, we did massive renovations outside of our house, starting with digging out a bigger hole so that we could expand our driveway. We do have a shared driveway, but we wanted to be able to fit both of our cars parked behind our house in front of the garage with access out without being blocked in by one of our cars. So we got family to come and help us, and we were able to accomplish this project within a month. The retaining wall that you see was already here when we bought the house. We just raised it by 2 rows in order to put the dirt up on here. My eventual goal would be to put some really big evergreen privacy trees back here so that the house behind us cannot look inside of our property. We added cement and created a bigger parking spot. We also enclosed our fence. The next thing we tackled was painting our house. When we bought the house, it was green, more like a lime green and red. It was like Christmas all year round. We wanted to make it clean, more modern looking, and so we chose to paint it white, Snowbound by Sherwin-Williams, the same color that we painted our garage in the very beginning. We did hire this out instead of doing it ourselves. This project seemed a little overwhelming, and I had a friend that does this for a living, and he was awesome, and he brought his team out, and they finished painting our house in 2 days. That project would have taken me and Isaiah months to do, so to be able to just get it over with was such a blessing, and the team that we worked with was so great. I'll link them in the description below. This summer, I was able to add a lot of landscaping and flowers, and it honestly was so fun, especially for this being my first time doing it. I love gardening now. By far, this next project has been my favorite thing I've done and learned since fixing up this house. I'm creating planters to go underneath my windows from scratch. I'd never used a saw before this. I had never even purchased wood from Home Depot or Lowe's. So this was all new to me, and I learned off of a Pinterest vlog. And so being able to accomplish this, I think, was one of the best things and feelings that I have had since doing projects in this house. I think it brought character to the home where there was none from the outside, and I think you'll be really pleasantly surprised. Looking at the house now, everything looked modern, sleek, and brand new, except for the railings. So when you approached our house, the railings looked rusted, but the house looked beautiful. So I decided to spray paint them and make them look a little bit more new. The very last project and the most recent one that I have finished has been the garage makeover. I wanted to make the garage look cohesive with our house, how it was newly painted, and I think it looks really, really good. Next summer, I will add another coat to the front of the garage door. It looks just a little too light for me now that I'm looking at it through the video camera. I also want to add the black handles on the front of the garage and on the very top of the roof. I would also like to add black trim to match the black trim around the garage door. We do not have any electricity in the garage, so these are solar lights that I put up and they've been working really well. No damage, still great. They were from Amazon. I've got really big plans for the interior of our home. We focused a lot on the exterior of the house over the first year that we lived there with some major transformations. So I'm really excited to start working on the inside. Thanks again for watching, and I look forward to showing you guys more videos in 2025.